Why, hello there. So humans tend to have similar brains, and as a result of this, they often think of very similar ideas or just decide to think of the same ideas as other people have thought of. And I think that this psychological phenomenon is best observed in the sheer quantity of songs that are titled I Want You Back. Give or take different spellings and the use of I. But all hope is not lost. Despite these songs having the same title, they're all different little snowflakes in their own way. And today I thought that it would be a good use of my time to rank some of the most popular songs titled I Want You Back. I have my coldest water because this endeavor makes me very thirsty. Check my link in the description, use my code, and you can get a discount. This is literally the only water bottle you'll ever need. It keeps your water extremely cold. It's really like chic and cute and cool. It's nice. By the way, my name is Jules. Please subscribe to this channel. I write songs and I teach you how to write songs, and I talk about music and do a bunch of other fun things. Please subscribe. I've always in my lifetime, in my 13-year-old self bucket list, wanted to hit 100,000 subscribers, and I know that I can make it someday. Please become a patron. It's $5, which is less than a latte, and I teach you how to write songs and use GarageBand and Logic, and it's a good time. And check out my original music. It's linked below. So I made a little chart, and the I Want You Backs that I'm going to be ranking in this chart are the Jackson 5 one, the NSYNC one, the 5 Seconds of Summer one, the Cher Lloyd one, and the Haim one. Haim. I still don't know. So I like all of these songs in different capacities. I've come up with 5 criteria, and I'm going to rate each song from 1 to 10 fitting that criteria. So I have melodic creativity, number of fantastic lines, production X factor, emotional argument, aka do I really believe that they want someone back, and then how the line itself, I want you back, hits in the song. Alright, let's begin. Okay, number 1, Jackson 5, I Want You Back for melodic creativity. Oh baby, give me one more chance. Won't you please let me back in your heart. I'm gonna give that a when I had you to myself, I didn't want you around. Those pretty faces always made you stand out in the crowd. When I had you to myself, I didn't want you around. Those pretty faces always made you. Yeah, dude, that's fantastic. I'm gonna give this an 8 because it's not like I would like change the song, but I think the melodic transition between the verses and the chorus is like not as definitive as it could be. So I'm gonna give that an 8. NSYNC. Okay, for melodic creativity, this is not very good because it stays in the general range of da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na. It stays like between like 5 notes the entire time. These are just my opinions. Okay, I like the harmony, the or whatever. So I'm gonna give this a 3 for melodic creativity. Next we have 5 Seconds of Summer. No matter where I go, I'm always gonna want you back. I know, you know, I will never get over you. Brilliant. I love that. I think that's really good. And I also think it's interesting how it starts off in a certain way and then it completely like changes melodically. Okay, so I'm gonna give that also an 8 on melodic interestingness. The Jackson 5 one, I think that the verses are really melodically interesting and creative, but in the 5 Seconds of Summer one, the chorus is really Cher Lloyd. Melodic creativity. Said, boy, you could say anything you wanted. I don't give a no one else can have you. I want you back. I want you back. Want you back. I'm gonna give her like a 4, honestly. Jeans. It's very typical structure. Like it's like a lot of like one noter kind of like Then for Haim, some things I long forgotten, some things I never left in my memories. I like the way that in the first verse, it'll be like, I don't wanna let you had a wandering heart. Cause it kind of like you expect it to be like, da 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 da. Just know that I want you back. I'll take the fall and the fall for us. I'll give you all the love I never gave before I left you. So that kind of stays in the same melodic range. There's not a ton of melodic creativity in that song, I'd say. So I think that I would give this a 6 on melodic creativity. We have number of fantastic lines. So first of all, Jackson 5. The cool thing about that song is there's a lot of like really weird specific lines. Like, pretty faces always made you stand out in the crowd. Okay, so I think that in terms of fantastic lines, meaning like interesting, not just cliche, clever in some way, I think that those pretty faces always made you stand out in the crowd. I think that's a really interesting line. So fantastic lines is gonna be really short because it's not gonna be like 6 fantastic lines. It's gonna be like lines that stand out from the rest of the song as like being like really interesting to me. I think this song takes a really interesting approach because it actually in some ways villainizes the protagonist. It's not just like, I love you and we broke up and something went wrong and I still love you. It's like, I thought that you were a loser when I was with you, so I dumped you, and then I realized that you're actually not a loser. I was a dick to think that in the first place. I would say this has 2 really cool lines that stand out, which is those pretty faces always made you stand out in the crowd, following the girl I didn't even want around. Okay, next. For NSYNC, don't hang up the phone now. I'm going crazy without you, baby. Remember, you used to look at me and say, you're all I ever wanted. You ever? Yeah, this has 0 interesting lines in it. I'm gonna be honest with you, because the entire song is just, you're all I ever wanted. You're all I ever needed. I feel like it's just a string of cliches. I'm gonna say 0 really interesting lines in that one. 5 Seconds of Summer. What does piss me off about this song is that there's a serious grammatical error called can't help but wondering. Is it tears or just the fucking rain? That's kind of a dumb line to me. I also despise when people rhyme insane and brain. I remember the freckles on your back and the way that you used to laugh. Make me laugh. The freckles on your back isn't just, it's like interesting because it's weird. The roses on your shirt when you told me this would never work. I think that I still dream for you is a really interesting line actually. I'm gonna say 1. And then for Cher Lloyd, hey boy, you never had much game. I'm really upset about looking like a pair of clowns. I'm just gonna do, you clearly didn't think this through, because I think that's a solid line. 1 solid line, or fantastic for the scope of this. Okay, let's do Want You Back Heim. I'll take the fault and the fallen. We were on an endless road, but I had a wandering heart is actually a really fantastic line. Yeah, I'm ready for the both of us. It's so good. Okay, so I'm gonna have 1 for we were on an endless road, but I had a wandering heart. And then all that time is gone, no more fear and control. I'm ready for the both of us now, 2. Also, I think that I'll give you all the love I never gave before I left you is actually a really good line. So that's gonna have 3. Okay, next, production X Factor. We all know that is fantastic. I think that the production X Factor should just like be 5 stars instead of like a 10-point thing. So I give it 5 stars for production X Factor. And then for NSYNC, I give it 3 stars because, no, I give it 2 stars for production X Factor because I think that the whole R&B thing is cool. Like there's some cool chord decisions in it, but it also is just kind of like a loop. Okay, Youngblood, I give it absolutely 5 stars for production X Factor. The way that it switches gears completely production-wise between the verses and the chorus, and actually mid-chorus changes as well, is super interesting. For Cher Lloyd, I'm gonna give it 1 star because it's not super interesting. For Haim, yeah, this guy's 5 stars. 5 stars. It's so interesting. There's so many different instruments that are live instruments. There's like a clav and there's all these different guitar textures and percussion textures. and the way that the song just moves the rhythm in such a unique way is so cool. Okay, all right, emotional argument. Do I really believe that Jackson 5 wants someone back? Oh, baby, give me one more chance. Honestly, I'm gonna give that a 10 because I think that the way they do, oh, you feel the emotion of like the pining of the ooze, and that's demonstrated through the melody. It's demonstrated by taking accountability in the lyrics. And so 10, good job. I'm gonna give NSYNC a 2. You feel like they're probably sorry, but also like it's so whiny and non-specific that it lacks any emotional genuineness. Okay, 5 sauce. I think that the melody and the lyrics are, first of all, the lyrics are super weirdly specific. Second of all, the melody and the tone of the song are equally sad as they are working hard. You know what I mean? They're not like sad in a relaxed way. They're sad in like a pushing forward way, which is the exact motion of wanting someone back. So I'm gonna give that one an 8. Cher Lloyd, the fact that she does, I don't know, also her like whole scene in the diner or whatever, toxic music video. She just pours soda and ice cream all over this non-assuming girl that happens to be dating the guy that she used to date. It's horrible. But I feel like she really wants it, honestly. I'm gonna give her a 7. And then Haim, dude, I'm 100% gonna give emotional argument because of the specificness and genuineness and profundity, is that a word, of the lyrics. I'm gonna give it a 9. Yeah, no, I'm gonna give it a 10. I'm gonna give it a 10. Okay, hit of the line. Okay, so here's what we have. Okay, so Jackson 5. The interesting thing about the Jackson 5 one is that it doesn't actually say it in the lead vocals. It just has it as like an understatement almost, which is really interesting. Like, now that I see you in his arms. And then like the underscore of people are, I want you back. I don't know. I'm gonna give the hit of the line, since it almost like doesn't hit. It's like a subverted hit, which I think is really interesting. I'm gonna give it a 6. Yeah, that feels right to me. NSYNC, I hate the hit of this line because I want you back. It's too long, it leaves too much space. It feels like it just like falls really flat when it sings it. So I'm gonna give that a 0, honestly. And then Youngblood, always gonna want you back. I think that hits so good. I think that the way that is central to the chorus but doesn't repeat like 17 times. I'm gonna give that a 10, honestly. It slaps. Cher Lloyd has that want you back thing. I want you back. It's annoying, it's dumb, I don't like it. I'm gonna give it a 2. And then just know that I want you back. It's right off the bat. There's no waiting period, which I kind of prefer there to be like a waiting period before the punchline of the chorus. But it like inverses it, which is kind of interesting. I'm gonna give it a 6. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now that I've done this toil for such a ridiculous reason, it's time to calculate the results. For melodic creativity, for I Want You Back by Jackson 5, we have 8 plus 2 is 10, 10 plus 5 is 15, 15, 25, 25 plus 6, I don't know the answer to that. 10, 15, 25, yeah, 31. 31. For I Want You Back by NSYNC, we have 3 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 plus 0, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. I Want You Back, or Want You Back, by 5 Seconds of Summer, we have 8 plus 1.
9.
Plus 5. Equals 32. Holy shit. It's because the hit of the line was really good. For Want You Back by Cher Lloyd, we have a grand total of 15. For I Want You Back by Haim, we have 6 plus 5, which is 11, equals 27. Wow. So, by 1 point, the I Want You Back to Rule Them All. This feels like it's not right, but when you think about it, based on like the criteria of the actual songs, 5 Seconds of Summer comes in as the winner by 1 point. 32 total points, barely beating I Want You Back by Jackson 5. Yes, I know, you're gonna roast me in the comments, the fact that I said that 5 Seconds of Summer has a better song than Jackson 5. But with my criteria, which is completely arbitrary and based on my opinion, I guess it does beat it. Wow, this was a good way to spend my afternoon. Please subscribe to this channel. Please check my link in the description and you can get a discount on Coldest Water. Become a patron. Listen to my original music, which I write and record and produce, and I'm really proud of. And I'm making demos right now, so if you write songs but you don't play instruments, email me, internetjules@gmail.com. Have a great day, and please stop writing songs called I Want You Back.